Okay, ladies and gentlemen, ladies and gents, got something that we want to bring to y'all's attention. Uh-oh, you know what? I'm supposed to be playing a video, and I turned it off. I wasn't supposed to turn it off. I was supposed to minimize it, but I didn't do that. So we're gonna have to go to this one right here, and we're gonna go here, and I'm gonna turn the volume down just a little bit because in my ear that's a little bit louder than it should be. Ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna let the backdrop be the backdrop, okay? Um, Basically, what I'm gonna be explaining to you is what we've done is we've shown most people on video. The video will be put up soon. You know what? This is taking too long. I'm tethering, that's why. And the area that I'm in, there is no tether. Look, Greyhound Connect. I don't want to connect to Greyhound. What the is Greyhound? Okay, ladies and gentlemen, S Social Security. I don't want Social Security. Uh, Privacy number. That's not what I want. But that's where we're gonna go. Uh-oh, it didn't take me there. Inside Avatar, the theme park version. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to see the new Avatar, just as long as it ain't too violent. So SOCIAL Social Security. Let's do the privacy number. Ladies and gentlemen, I'd rather just go to. I want you to pay attention to this. I don't want a privacy number. I want Social Security routing. Uh-oh. I know I typed in routing. So Social Security routing number. I was just sitting up one day because the lady that I told you that got arrested, they said that she didn't have the authority to write the instruments she was writing. Well, that bothered me because people kept asking me, what gives you the authority? You don't have the authority to write those money orders. Everybody kept um, talking to me about that. They kept talking to me about some type of authority. Excuse me. What do you mean I don't have the authority? So what I did is I just typed in Google, and now you see it wants to go slow. A minute ago, it was taking me right there. Let's do that, and then we'll do that and see if it goes any faster. If not, you're just gonna have to follow me as best you can. So I said to myself, well, I know the Social Security is a bank. That's what I said to myself. I know the Social Security is a bank. So if it is a bank, because we know that our accounts are somehow attached and it is a quote unquote, pay attention to what I'm saying. Oh, and as you see, 2014, how to get a second Social Security number legally. Well, this Social Security number is the CPN. The video that I just did telling you guys about the necessity for getting a second Social Security number after you do certain steps, you're going to have to go back and watch that video because I'm not going to repeat that stuff now, is different from this credit privacy number. People, it's completely different, but it is absolutely necessary. Okay? Completely different, but absolutely necessary. It is not fraud. You're not trying to defraud anyone. You're correcting the record, and you're doing what you should have done at the age of majority. Okay? Well, anyway, we knew that everything was tied into the Social Security number. So I said to myself, Social Security Administration is a bank. Now, when you type in Social Security routing number, you're going to get all this other junk. I don't care about all this other junk. I'm looking for this number right here. See, this says Social Security Credit Union. I don't care about Social Security Credit Union. You see this number right here? Same as this number. I'm looking, and it says routing number, bank address, state, zip, and this is for the Social Security Administration. But it says Social Security Credit Union routing number. Excuse me? Social Security Credit Union routing number? Uh-uh. I don't want the Social Security Credit Union routing number. That's a little misleading. Don't you all think that the Social Security Credit Union routing number, Social Security Credit Union, when did the Social Security become a credit union? Hmm. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to take you just shortly to a video that I'm going to be putting up, or I could be redoing that video now, it doesn't matter. But I want you to pay attention to this. Uh-oh, touchscreen. Social Security Administration ABA routing number. Ladies and gentlemen, the ABA stands for the, uh-oh, it did it way too loud. I mean, way too big, okay? But Social Security Administration has an ABA routing number. ABA stands for the American Bankers Association. Okay, you can only get a routing number if you're a bank. Can you prove that? No, I don't need to prove that to you. Do your own homework. Do your own research. It's not my job to prove anything to you. Let's see. What does it say here? It says bank routing transit number is a non-digit code used to identify your bank on checks, deposits, direct deposits, bill pay, and other transactions. Hmm. Everybody's been using their Federal Reserve number. Now look, I'm not going to tell you that this will work. You guys have to figure out how to make this work. All I can tell you is that you have an account with a bank. Your bank is called, see, take a look at that, routing number. If you have a routing number, it goes on checks and money orders. If you have a routing number, you are considered to be a financial institution. Let's go back here. You need to know the routing number to connect online accounts to your bank account. Then it says try searching for your bank's ABA routing number by bank name. Okay? Then they give, what is this? Cheesy? Federal Credit Union, Money One Federal Credit Union, Point Breeze Credit Union. Excuse me? I guess those are just examples, ladies and gentlemen. But not looking for the Social Security Administrating routing number? It's a bank. You have an account with that bank. You should be drawing off of that account. But ladies and gentlemen, hold on, hold on. But I tried it and it didn't work. Ladies and gentlemen, you have an account with that bank. So you need to get your account number for that bank. That's going to be the hard part. But there is an account number for that bank. Okay? I can't do this research for you. I don't have the time. Sorry. I just don't have the time. And I think eventually I'm going to step away. It'll be sooner than later because I think I've done enough. I think that I've sacrificed enough. I don't think anybody else, well, at least I was told that there was one guy who did it in 1970, but that guy, when he did it, or I said 1970, in the 1970s. As a matter of fact, somebody sent me a video about a guy who did something similar, who was willing to go and spend some time in a facility just trying to prove the point. Ladies and gentlemen, I've proven the point. I'm tired. The sacrifice was greater than I could have imagined, could have thought, because it took time away from my own health. And my health has deteriorated since that adventure because I was doing okay. You know, at first I got a cane because a cane, I always liked the way they looked, but sorry, at times I actually need a cane. Just that simple. Shouldn't be using a cane, but I need a cane. Not all the time, but I need a cane. Now, it does come in handy because, see, I get to get on planes first. I don't have to wait in line like the rest of you. And I get to take my time getting off of a plane. You see, everybody else wants to jump and be the first one off the plane. Please, when I'm on a plane, I sit up there and tell myself I'm gonna be last. I even have it's to the point to where I'll have them tell me, sir, you have to hurry because they have to do this and they have to do that. Excuse me, I'm going as fast as I can. Just that simple. I get to use it as an excuse. I get to pull the disabled card. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I did this video just to let you know that everybody was using a Federal Reserve routing number. Ladies and gentlemen, the Federal Reserve routing number is not the number for you to use. Watch this. We're going to go with 12 USC 411. Uh-oh. I knew I added a 2 in there. Let's do 12 USC 411. Okay. Now, many of you know about this code. Everybody refers to it as the lawful money code. Okay. We're going to go to Cornell Law. Now, I need you to pay attention because it's right here in front of you. Issuance to Federal Reserve banks. Nature of obligation. Look, ladies and gentlemen, this code lets you know this is under banks and banking. You are not a banker in this position right here. This has nothing to do with you. You are not a bank when it comes to this code right here. Okay? Many of you are getting the wrong idea. So let's do this so that you get it because you're not understanding it. And those people who are telling you that you could use the Federal Reserve Bank to do your banking, they're lying to you because they didn't read correctly. It says Federal Reserve notes to be issued at the discretion of the Board of Governors of the Federal Reserve System. Now, wait a minute. You guys knew about the lawsuit called the Defrauded Homeowners of America? Let's see. Yeah. See, this is where I say the Social Security Administration is a bank. American Bankers Association, which are only given to banks and other financial institutions. I have an account with that bank and pursuant to blah, blah, blah. Okay? But we're not going there. We're going to go to the Defrauded Homeowners of America. Where's my Defrauded Homeowners of America lawsuit? And ladies and gentlemen, with the Defrauded Homeowners of America lawsuit, a lot of people have been asking about that, and I just need to let you know, we'll be doing a video again. We just did a video where we had it read into the system about the Defrauded Homeowners of America lawsuit. Okay, we weren't supposed to do that. That particular lawsuit was supposed to be placed under seal, and it will be placed under seal. But because our videos, that was directed to our people, the people that we're helping, and you notice I put Attorney General in fact, relator. I'm the relator. I am not the private attorney general. Technically, I am the private attorney general, but private attorney general relates to the relator. And so that's how I list myself, a private attorney general in fact. I want to be the attorney general in fact. I don't just want to be any old attorney general. But I want you to pay attention to something. I did explain it on video, and so I'm going to explain it again so that you get it. It says the new law. What new law? This law right here, the Act of March 9th through 12th, 1933. The Emergency Economic Relief Act. That's the new law. The money, Federal Reserve notes, is issued to the banks, not the people, in return for government obligations, bills of exchange, drafts, notes, trade acceptances, bankers' acceptance. The money, legal tender, will be worth 100 cents on a dollar. Okay? 100 cents on the dollar. It didn't say 100 cents on the dollars or 100 cents on the dollar denomination. 100 cents on the dollar. Equal power for every dollar because it is backed by the credit of the nation. So credit is the lawful money, ladies and gentlemen. That's why the Treasury issues credits to the banks. It will represent a mortgage on all homes and other property of the people. This is what you need to understand. The money is issued to the banks, not to you. Legal tender is not for you. It is for the banks. No, that can't be. Well, let's read. Federal Reserve notes to be issued at the discretion. Oh, you see this? January 30th, 1934. Then we got 1935. But you notice there's no 1933. Now, why isn't there a 1933? Because you're going to find out that that's what this covers. It's the same information that was issued in 1933. They hadn't completed all the laws at that time. At the discretion of the Board of Governors of the Federal Reserve System, for the purpose of making advances to the Federal Reserve banks through the Federal Reserve agents Who is the Federal Reserve agents? The membered banks. Bank of America, Wells Fargo, those are the agents of the Federal Reserve. As hereinafter set forth, and for no other purpose are they authorized. Federal Reserve notes are for the Federal Reserve banks and their membered banks. The said notes shall be obligations of the United States. Didn't we just read that? And shall be receivable for all national and membered banks of the Federal Reserve banks and for all taxes, customs, and public dues. And they shall be redeemable in lawful money, credit, on demand at the Treasury Department of the United States. Ladies and gentlemen, they told you everything right here. That's not for you. The Federal Reserve is not for you. The Federal Reserve is there to fund the banks, not you. Okay? It was never supposed to be you. Legal tender was never supposed to be utilized by you. Why? Because the government was supposed to be taking care of all of your necessities. So you didn't have to use legal tender. What did you have to use? Forms like the 445. Okay? I'm sorry. Somebody gave me another form and I told him I would look it up. SSA 224. I don't know if this form is there or not, but I'm downloading it. I mean, I'm going to look for it now while I have you guys there. Now, see, what I'm finding is we're a little sluggish. So let's do it again. Let's do it that way. Then I got to go check my mail because I got to send out some letters to some people because, I've been helping them. And so I want to make sure that they get what they're supposed to get. Uh-oh. Application for registration. Interesting. Interesting. This talks about attains retirement age. You know what, ladies and gentlemen? I'm actually glad I put 224 in here. Why? Because if there is an application for attaining retirement age, there must be an application for attaining adult age, the age of majority. So let's do that, ladies and gentlemen. Let's do this. Why don't we all call the Social Security Administration, each one of you, and say that you have a form 224 for an individual who attains retirement age. I need the form for an individual who attains the age of majority, adulthood. Excuse me, I don't know what you're talking about. Excuse me. According to the Age of Majority Act and according to the Social Security Act, you have to have a form for documenting the attaining the age of majority. And so I am calling for the name of that form or to have it documented that I've attained the age of majority and what the procedure is for documenting such attaining of the age of majority. And ladies and gentlemen, I need you to communicate with me through the email address. What's your email address? eonv3 at gmail.com. Eon, the letter V, the number 3 at gmail.com. We already told you what the V3 stands for. You put 3 V's, one be underneath the other, and you put a line connecting the V's in the middle, and you'll see that it appears to be 2 E's. So V3 equals Eon. So V3ON, Eon. There you go. EonV3 at gmail.com. And send me your results. And we'll compile these together. I'll do another video showing you what the results were, and then we will move together on this issue. But the issue is documenting the age of majority. The issue is not doing a name change. Okay? As a matter of fact, yeah, I don't care about this authorizing us to collect this information. I don't. You know what? Let's do that. I'm interested. Watch this. And you see it has 225. let's do 225. I'm curious just for a moment. I'm curious just for a moment. But while we're doing 225, uh, DEA, Diversion Control Division. Complete DEA form. That's DEA form. That's not Social Security form. All right. I saw it said form 225, and now you see everything is DEA. No, we don't want that. I want a fee authorization form. I want something other than the 445 form. I believe that there is a fee authorization form other than the 445 form, and this is going to take us to the 445. Nope, don't care about the release of information. Fee authorization process. Nope, don't want this one. Ladies and gentlemen, it's going to be not easy, but the unique thing about Social Security 445 form, let's go back. Let's go back. I want you to see something about the 445 form. If it'll let me go back. No, that's the 224. Come on. Come. Uh-oh, didn't want to go there. Oh, that's right, because I didn't put in I put in 224. Let's put in 445. And then we're going to cut this video short because I got to go get some water because I'm a little dehydrated this morning because I went to sleep at 5, woke up at 10. It's been a long night. But I want you guys to pay attention because most people won't pay attention to this because they won't think to pay attention. Uh-oh. Application to collect a fee for payee services. That's the 445 form. Okay? However, I want you to pay attention to where you get this form from. SecureSSA.gov. SecureSSA.gov. But wait a minute, all the other forms are not on SecureSSA.gov. So this form is not a form that you would get through the regular course of communicating with the SSA. Okay? Now, this says form approved. Social Security Administration OMB number application to collect a fee for payee services. Okay, how can I prepare for a Social Security disability review? We don't care about that, do we? No, we don't. I'm looking. Will I get a long and I made a mistake? That doesn't make no sense. Okay, see, these are not what we're looking for, but I just wanted to show you that with the SSA 445, you're going to find it on secure.ssa.gov. Here's the problem. It's not on a regular Social Security site. The forms exist, ladies and gentlemen, because they can't keep this stuff a secret. As I told you, Social Security Administration is a bank. Since it is a bank and you have an account with that bank, your job is to find that account number. If you need to do a FOIA on Social Security Administration to find that account number, then you do a FOIA. If you call Social Security and they don't give it to you, if you go down to Social Security and they don't give it to you, and they tell you, well, we don't know what you're talking about, then you just simply tell them I'm going to need an administrative hearing. And you ask for an administrative hearing. Doesn't cost you anything for an administrative hearing. And then you ask for this information during the administrative hearing. Just that simple. The problem is, ladies and gentlemen, I've been holding on to this information for quite some time. The information in the last 5 videos, I've been holding on to this information for quite some time because, as I said, I didn't want people taking advantage of you because that's what people do. They want to find a way to make a buck. What we've been finding is idiots. With our birth certificate process, idiots have been going out there and charging people for the birth certificate process and then doing it through us. So the fee that we charge, we brought way low. But now individuals are ruining our reputation by charging them more money than what we have authorized, acting as if they are our subcontractors, calling us, communicating with us, saying that, quote unquote, these are their clients. And we've had to set them straight that we didn't authorize anybody to use us as a go-between, to act as an intermediary for us, our organization, or anything. And individuals have been doing that. People, I told you, we've had people out there, we've done the videos, I showed the videos to you where people have been using my name, claiming that they're me, out there trying to help people. One guy was actually helping people and he was actually doing the correct thing, but it still didn't excuse what he was doing. All right, we have about 5 more videos that I have to do, but I'm going to get these up as soon as possible. And with all of that being said, I'm going to let you all get back to your day. I want to thank you for taking the time to allow me to put this information up here for you. I figured the more I put it up here, the more you're going to get it. Remember, it doesn't really get talked about until somebody does a video on it. And then once that person does a video on it, then everybody's talking about it. And then now that I said that, now when I talk about something, people are going to shy away from talking about it on their videos. Ladies and gentlemen, I don't mind being the guy who spearheads the conversation. I don't mind that at all. Some people think I'm stuck on myself, conceited, cocky. You better believe it. So let's get past that. Let's get back and let's focus on one thing, ladies and gentlemen. Is the information relevant or not? Is it based on some sort of foundation? Is it sound reasoning or not? You're going to find out that everything that we've talked about is based on fact. There's an amendment process for the birth certificate already in place in every state. See, what SATCOM is doing that for people. We already know the workings of how to do it. So we are helping people with that. Some people have been telling people that we're going to set up trusts for people. We never told anyone that we were going to set up a trust for people. We told people that we were going to place their items in our trust, in our foundation. That's what we told people. But people have been telling people, oh no, they're going to set up a trust for you for $500. What the? We ain't never said that. But this is what people have been telling people. And we're going to let them hold on to that. Because you're not going to find a single video where this man says, oh yeah, no, we're going to set up a trust for you. And that trust, oh, well, at the beginning is going to cost you $260, but then we're going to bring the fees up. Ladies and gentlemen, we are, because of the lawsuit and because of, as so many people are saying, the defrauded homeowners of America, a person actually contacted me and said if they could get this particular document, if they could get all of these laws and the information that's said in here. And the answer is no, you can't. Why not? Because this lawsuit is a Quatam lawsuit. Okay? Look, this lawsuit covers everything. Everything. And what we are getting ready to do is we're getting ready to go after someone you don't go after. That's why none of your names are going to be associated with this. There's only one person's name who's associated with this, besides the defrauded homeowners of America. Okay? And that's that Eeon character. But look at whom we're going after. Sorry, I'm trying to do it the wrong way. Federal Reserve Board, in their non-governmental and non-official capacity. The Federal Reserve, in their non-governmental, non-official capacity. Those 1 through 2,000, 20,000, excuse me, otherwise known as unknown parties, persons, conspirators. Let's go up. Accomplishers, also known as the criminally liable in their non-governmental, non-official capacities, etc. All. Respondent defendants. We are going after them for theft, constructive fraud, extortion, unlawful seizure of private property, falsifying public records, petition, we're petitioning for redress, claims, trial by jury demand, complaint, whistleblower, notice, demand for set-off, violation of False Claims Act, Fair Debt Collections Practice Act, Fair Credit Reporting Act, Truth in Lending Act, FISA, oh no, not FISA, Foreign Sovereign Immunities Act, FISA, let's see, the several banking and housing acts interfering with the sovereignty of the American people and the several states, economic terrorism, insurance fraud, tax fraud, breach of trust, racketeering, unjust enrichment. Now, I mentioned interfering with the sovereignty of the American people. The American people are sovereign as a whole, not as individuals. Remember, the sovereignty of the United States rests with the people as a whole, not as individuals. So the individual who were talking about being sovereign citizens, sovereign Americans, you're wrong. The sovereignty was never in the individual, even though a man was to be his own sovereign over his own self, not over others. So people have been explaining that wrong. That's the first thing. Then I mentioned economic terrorism. There was a young lady telling individuals about using the Federal Reserve account. That young lady has since had the wonderful puppets come after her. Again, no authorization to use the Federal Reserve. But then here's the point. There is no law prohibiting the person from doing that if they know how to bring forth the argument. And so the argument is that, oh no, we had no ill intent. We notified them that we were going to use that account. We told them that this is what we would do because we told them if this was the wrong understanding, that they needed to tell us what the correct understanding was. Ladies and gentlemen, you don't have an account with the Federal Reserve, but you do have an account with the Treasury, and you do have an account with the Social Security Administration. That's what gives you the authorization to do the money orders. That's what gives you the authorization to pay your bills through those accounts. But they keep reversing it. Ladies and gentlemen, you're right. They reverse it. You have to enforce it. We'll talk about that in a later video. Well, once again, I want to thank all of you for taking the time. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you very much. And say, have a good day, have a good night, have a good life, and goodbye. Until next time.